This is a nice case where we could just guess and check. This is a fairly easy question if we just follow the instructions. Davio bought some potatoes and celery. The potatoes cost 69 cents per pound and the celery cost 99 cents per pound. If Davio spent $5.34 in total and bought twice as many pounds of celery as pounds of potatoes, how many pounds of celery did he buy? So basically I would start with that and guess and check these answers because I don't know, why not? Now normally I start with B, but I don't really want to do it with the decimal. So I'll probably start with A so that I can kind of see it better. So that's the number of celery, but he bought twice as many pounds of celery as potatoes. So this is celery. So that means 1 pound of potatoes. And then we can just multiply by the cost, right? So 69 cents per pound. So 1 times 0.69 is 0.69. And 2 times 0.99 is 198, I believe. So 2 times 0.99 is 198. Now I know just by looking at it, that's way too low, right? That's like $2 plus 70 cents basically. So we're way lower than the 534. So I know that's not going to be good. Now it feels like if I need to get much higher, I shouldn't deal with these other ones. I would probably go to 4 and just see that. That's so 2 or 4 celery at 99 cents a pound is 4 times 99 is $3.96. Now remember, there's twice as much celery as potatoes. So 2 potatoes at 69 cents, 2 times 0.69 is $1.38. Add them up, plus 3.96 is 5.34. Check. Now, is that more or less efficient than just writing equations here? I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a toss-up. And my idea when I guess and check is that I'm just focused on one thing at a time. So my odds of messing up the equations are lower. I'm just kind of looking at the prices and looking at the names of things and kind of just keeping track on my scratch paper. And, you know, it's going to work out. So I'm not, my feeling here would be that any efficiency that would come from doing it algebraically is minor. Right, it opens the door to a careless mistake. So if I'm saving 2 minutes of time by doing it algebraically, for sure that's the way to go. But if I'm saving 10 seconds, I don't know, feels about even. But let's compare. Let's look at the equations here, right? So we would need to do like an X and a Y situation, right? So let's actually focus on this part here. Twice as many pounds of celery as pounds of potatoes. So if X, or let's just do P and C, why complicate it, right? So P is the potatoes and C is the celery. So where does the 2 go? Twice as many pounds of celery as pounds of potatoes. The problem is many of you are going to put the 2 in front of the C, but it's got to go on the P, right? So if we had 1 pound of potatoes, then twice as much, we would multiply it by 2 to get 2 pounds of celery. If we had 4 pounds of potatoes, that would be 8 pounds of celery. And we could just kind of try numbers just for the sake of understanding the equation. But I think that right there is where people are going to mess up. So hopefully you don't. And the reason I would do that is I don't really want to deal with like halves, right? So I did that first so that I could think about it without having to deal with fractions. Now the potatoes cost 69 cents, so that's 0.69 times P. And the celery is 0.99, and that equals 534. So again, we could do some algebra here. We could substitute in for C pretty easily. The danger of that is then we're solving for P, and that is actually, right, a trap answer, right? So choice A is the value of the potatoes. So if you solve for the wrong thing, then there you go, you're gonna be wrong. For me, I would actually, anytime I have a system of equations, I kind of want to use Desmos. Now I can't use the X and the Y, I can't use P and C because it's gonna have a problem with that. So I need to convert it to X and Y. So I would do that. So that's 2x equals y. That's one equation. And then 0.69x plus 0.99y is equal to 5.34. And that intersection point is what I want, 2, 4. And again, remember, what is what? So 2 is the x is my potatoes, and y is my celery. So I would need 4, and that is still the answer. So I don't know. To me, yes, if you can instantly put those equations together, that probably is slightly more efficient, but I don't know. I just worry about this one. I think a lot of you are going to have trouble, and I think you're going to have hesitation and pausing, and even if you get it right, you just took too long in thinking to get there. Whereas for me, with guess and check, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just kind of diving right in. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'm curious, but I don't know. I'm always worried about algebra.